Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a review and a little demo of the brand new Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush bronzer. This is the one that I bought recently, as it has very recently launched in the UK as well as worldwide, and my shade is in medium. It comes in altogether 4 shades, which is fair, medium, tan and deep, and I thought just by looking at swatches and pictures online, because obviously shops are shut, that was the best color that is suited to me, and I'm very grateful that I bought this one because it is absolutely perfect for my medium skin tone. Now, just to talk about the packaging itself, it just comes in this standard Charlotte Tilbury box, which is the same sort of design that she has for all of her products, which comes in cardboard, nice and easy to recycle. And then the actual product itself comes in its classic kind of oblong sort of shape, and it comes in a plastic casing. You open it up inside and it's got the product itself as well as a very generous sized mirror. Now, one thing I did want to mention before I do what I always do and go on their website and see what their claims are in comparison to what I believe, I just wanted to talk about the size itself. When you look at pictures and things online, size can be very deceptive, and I was actually pleasantly surprised when I received this. I didn't actually realize how large it was. It looks like this in comparison to my face, but I thought I would bring my Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Powder, which you guys know that I love, just to show you guys the comparison size. So let me just close it. So this is the bronzer, and this is the size of the powder. This is the size of one of the blushes. So you can see that this is almost twice the size as the other products. It retails at £39, and something like this retails at £35. I would technically say either this is very good value for money or this is incredibly overpriced. It's all down to how you see it. Now, in terms of how much is in here, for example, this weighs 16 grams and this weighs 8 grams. So exactly double the amount, and it only costs £4 more. And the same is with these blushes as well. They are also 8 grams and this is 16. So you definitely get a decent amount in here. Another thing is that these are also refillable bronzers. I don't know how much they are as yet, because from looking on her website, even though she has stated that they are refillable bronzers, those actually won't be released till the summer. But considering it's now pretty much June, so say it'll probably be released in the next couple of weeks. No one's going to finish it by then. Now, let me just read what the claims are from their website, like I always do. Bear in mind that Charlotte Tilbury's branding is very glamorous, very old school Hollywood, a little bit cheesy in terms of descriptions, some made up words here and there, but you know what, let's roll with it. And she says darlings a lot. I mean, most British people don't, but she does. So what she said is that Airbrush bronzer is my new next generation matte innovation for that flawless summer feeling. Darlings, discover my new Airbrush bronzer in medium, a hyaluronic acid infused smoothing pore blurring effect matte bronzer for the face and body. This shade is perfect for fair to medium skin tones to create the appearance of glowing goddess, golden goddess, sun-kissed complexion. Inspired by my one sold every minute worldwide phenomenon, Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. That's, by the way, based on global sales figures from January to December 2019. Wow, one every minute. In all fairness, this is my second one, and when I actually bought this, I threw in another one of these, mostly so I could get free shipping, but because I actually love it so much, so maybe it's believable. My new Airbrush bronzer uses the same beautifying airbrush DNA and fine as air, finely milled pigments to blur the appearance of pores and smooth over your skin to make you look and feel like the best, most beautiful version of yourself. It's matte bronzing made easy. And it also says, can't get enough of that endless summer feeling. Bronze, contour, repeat, and refill the magic for year-round summer skin with my magic. The rest of the sentence seems to have disappeared. But then again, it says Airbrush bronzer refills launching later this summer. So it is a matte bronzer. It is completely matte. It contains hyaluronic acid, moisture, so that skin appears softer and smoother within seconds. I would agree, my skin feels beautiful and soft after using this, but bear in mind I have applied this first off, but this obviously helps to go with it because they're the same kind of product in terms of texture and quality. Fine as air, smooth as silk, pore blurring effects from the iconic Airbrush family. Completely, this blurs my skin beautifully, minimizes the appearance of my pores, doesn't accentuate any kind of texture. Silky, smooth, long-lasting feel on the skin. I have worn this at the moment in the UK. It is in the mid to high 20s, especially in London, one of the hottest places in the UK. I have not found that this has moved at all on my face, and it has lasted upwards to from 12 to 14 hours until I've decided to remove it because I just don't want to wear makeup at that point in the day. Rich velvety texture, yep. Reflects the light for a soft focused effect completely. I get that soft focused look on my skin, so it really does make me look really airbrushed. Microfine perfecting powders, which deliver an invisibly thin silky filter on the skin to add depth of color and coverage. So yeah, you don't really need to apply that much. Basically, a little bit goes a really long way, and the way that the color works as well is that a little bit can be built up to the intensity that you want it to have. Increased color payoff, yep. Sustainable with airbrush refills coming soon. Yeah, okay, fine. So basically, I absolutely love it. I give this a 10 out of 10. It's probably one of the best bronzers I've ever had. When you touch it, it's so lovely and soft. It looks beautiful on the skin. It sits beautifully on the skin. It doesn't get patchy. It's a really nice warm-ish. It's not too cool. It's almost like a neutral warm kind of bronzer. So that means that it works really nicely to contour my face, as well as to use it as a kind of bronzer to just basically make my face look more warm, more luminous, a little bit more summer bronzy, that kind of thing. So I really like that about this one. Obviously, I can't speak on behalf of the other powders in terms of their warmth, whether or not they're good for contouring or not, because I'm not too sure. Because for those people that are not aware, when it comes to contouring, you're mainly supposed to, if you were to go with the makeup rules, go with something which is a little bit more neutral, cool toned, rather than giving bronziness to your skin, because you're actually trying to create shape on your face. Now, bear in mind that those of you that have got really high cheekbones and maybe don't need to do that much contouring, don't go overboard with something like this. For me, I've got an oval shape, but I have lost weight because I was fasting during Ramadan. So my dad's cheekbones are definitely popping a lot more than they used to. So for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how I use this and then how it looks with the rest of my makeup on top. Let's just pull out the nose stud because you're just in the way. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be contouring my face using the NYX number 6 brush. It's like a long, dense-ish kind of brush that I like to use to contour. Right, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using the bronzer to contour slightly above my cheekbones because it just makes my cheekbones pop a little bit more. And as you guys know, I also like to contour my nose. So I'm going to be using this just to brush it down the sides of the nose as well as the tip and the ridge of my nose to again create that kind of ski jump look that I like to have for my nose. And then also, as I've got a very small forehead, for me to contour around the sides of my head, I only use a tiny little bit just around the temples, just to give again a little bit of dimension. And then because I don't really have that much of a double chin going on these days, I'm just going to be doing it underneath that area just to give a little bit of uniformity. All right, so as you can see here, I have gone in a little bit more heavily than I normally would do, but that is just obviously for the purposes of this video. It's down to you. You don't have to go overboard. Some people definitely apply way too much bronzer to their faces and it just is not a good look personally. Now, as you can see, I have, like I said, applied it up here and my nose has got a little bit more warmth to it than it should have, but personally I would think that it's okay to use as a bronzer. In terms of contouring, it's got a little bit more warmth than I would think is acceptable for contouring. It hasn't got enough neutrality to it, it's not got enough grey to it, which would be helpful. However, because it is a multi-purpose product, so it's meant to be used for contouring as well as bronzing your face, I can understand why she didn't necessarily go down that route. Now, I obviously can't leave my face like this. I look like I've been sniffing chocolate, if that's a thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I always do, is tidy up my contour. So I'm going to be using my Huda Beauty Easy Bake loose setting powder in the shade Blondie. And I'm going to be using this contouring brush by Morphe just to chisel out those areas and just to make it look a little bit more tidy, a little bit more defined, and so my nose don't look so brown. So first off, I just tend to use the setting powder underneath my actual contour area. Then I'll go around the sides of my nose as well as the tip of my nose and then the bridge, then use a brush to clean it all off so that it looks nice and neat and tidy. So there we go, much more better. I'm sure you agree now. My nose looks a lot more normal, it looks a lot more chiseled, but it doesn't look like I've been, like I said, sniffing something brown. And It's nice and easy to blend out. It doesn't get patchy, it doesn't snag. One of my other bronzers, I think it's my Fenty one, I find it quite difficult once I have used a brush to kind of blend out the edges. It can leave a very harsh line, but this one is very, very soft and easy to blend. So as you can see, it's left a nice line here, but it's a soft line, so it's a blended line, and it's merged into my foundation nicely, meaning that it looks like a lot more of a natural contour. Alright, so I'm just going to finish off the rest of my makeup just so that you can see how it sits with blush and highlighter and that sort of thing, and also how you see it looks nice with the rest of my makeup. Okay, I'm back. Rest of my makeup is done. Obviously, I'm wearing Charlotte Tilbury lipstick, Pillow Talk Intense Medium. And now you can see how it all works together with the rest of my makeup. I intentionally used Charlotte Tilbury products on my face as well to see how they worked together. To be honest, it doesn't really make any difference. You can use your own powder or Charlotte Tilbury's or whoever's. But in regards to this bronzer itself, I'm very happy with it. It's definitely going to be one that I probably do end up repurchasing depending on when it finishes. Does it replace my Saddle Powder bronzer? No, I would definitely say that's still my favourite one, just because of, in terms of the colour, that one has got a little bit more neutral shade to it, which means that obviously I can do more of a contour rather than this one, which can be used for both contouring, but again it's got more of a warm tone to it, and then it can be used as a blush stroke bronzer as well to warm up the rest of your face. But overall the quality of this is excellent. It smooths out my pores, it gives a really beautiful airbrush effect, which is exactly what this has been created to do. I love the fact that it's got hyaluronic acid in it as well, meaning it's got good skincare properties. It will take care of your skin as well. I've not found that my skin has reacted in any way, shape or form. I've got combination skin as well, so I tend to get shiny in my T-zone area, and despite the fact that we've got really warm weather in the UK at the moment, I haven't found that this has created any kind of extra shininess. Some products don't really let your skin breathe that much, which tends to create more oil in your skin, and I don't find that that has happened with this. So overall I'm really, really happy with it, and I think it's an excellent product that a lot of you will love. So that's it for my review of the brand new Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!